what's up, everybody? Welcome to tonight's show. Dallas Cowboys news brought to you by Cowboys Blog. Good to have you here for tonight's Frenzy, Friday Night Football Frenzy. This is serious. Cap mode, baby. Cap mode. You know how we do it. All right, so shout out to everybody in the chat box, everybody that's catching this live around the world and on replay. Make sure you guys pound that like button as usual. Subscribe if you haven't already. And show your boys some love, all right? So Cowboys back off the bye week. Got a lot of good nuggets to talk about today. Injury updates, trades, this types of news, and preview of the game and predictions of the game. So shout out to everybody. Appreciate everybody hopping on here in the chat box. And so we're going to get rock and rolling into tonight's topics. All right. So I love it. I love it. I love all you guys out there. So thanks for spending a little bit of your Friday night with me. And let's have some fun tonight, man. Let's have some fun tonight, bros. All right. So topics tonight. We're gonna go over these, and along the way we'll do some Q&A as well. But first thing we want to discuss is, questionable players. The thumbnail was Dak Prescott and Tyron Smith. Those are the main ones. We've all been following the news on, Dak Prescott as far as is he going to start? Is he questionable? Is he doubtful? Where are we at with Cooper Rush, the backup, the number 2? He beat out Garrett Gilbert and Ben DiNucci, obviously, to win that spot. So Cowboys, obviously saw something in him to keep him around here to serve as the backup in case they were going to need to call up his name. So it looks like we're going to get down to it here. We're going to break down some news of the day here. So let's go ahead and get this going here, guys. Okay, one moment. Shout out to everybody out there. Appreciate you guys, man. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about this right here. Right here. Okay, so this is coming from Michael Gelkin. All right, talking about Dak Prescott, and basically, we're talking about the updates, right? So Dak Prescott is officially questionable to play Sunday at the Vikings. Same for left tackle Tyron Smith and Dorrance Armstrong ankle. All right. Dorrance Armstrong, I'm fine with that. You can keep sitting. I'm fine with the reserves that are in there taking his snaps. So that one I'm not, that one doesn't really do anything for me. But now the one that does stand out for me, obviously, is the one here for Dak Prescott. Is this gamemanship? All right. Is this gamemanship by the Cowboys and Mike McCarthy? Looks like it's going to be a legit game time decision. All right. So, but Tyron Smith, the ankle, by all indications, I'm hearing that he's going to play. So that one sounds a little bit more probable. I think you would probably elevate Tyron Smith from questionable to probable. That Prescott, however, I think that's going to stay a little bit there on the game time decision action right there. You know what I mean? So we'll keep an eye on that one there. And the other part of this is the backup. Right, so we're talking about Cooper Rush here taking some of these snaps. This is Brianna Dix. Cowboys, Cooper Rush. I've been in this offense for a while. I feel confident. Took team reps on Wednesday and Thursday. All right. I guess we'll know more tomorrow, which is, Saturday. Dak has looked good throwing routes. So Dak is out here and getting the work in. He's making throws. That he was sore on Thursday. All right. And he did the walkthrough today for the first reps on the walkthrough. But Cooper Rush did a majority of the first team reps in practice. Dak Prescott did the first team reps through the walkthrough. So obviously there is a little bit of an issue here as far as do you want to rush him back? Do you play him or do you sit him? And is this strategy? You know what I mean? Do you want to ultimately, do you want to stay in the hunt? You know what I mean? For that number 1 seed is kind of what this is coming down to, right? So, you've seen all the reports, the number 1 seed, the chances of making the Super Bowl from being the number one seed. But we're looking at the metrics pre 17 game schedule. All right. So I think those numbers, you kind of have to take those with a grain of salt because this is a new game now. All right. Only one team gets the first round bye. Everybody else plays. And I don't know about you, but for in the recent years with the Cowboys, I kind of want these guys to keep it going, to keep playing. I don't feel comfortable with them having that week off. You know what I mean? Now, obviously they're playing better with Mike McCarthy, so maybe that would change. Maybe under McCarthy you get that bye week and you get the home field advantage. You definitely want that. But for me, it's kind of I kind of want to see it. Kind of want to see it. So I want to see the Cowboys get that bye week, to be honest, because I want to see how they respond under Mike McCarthy. You know what I mean? Are these guys going to take the bye week, be prepared, be fresh, and not come out and get knocked out? You know what I mean? The Cowboys under Garrett, and on Wade Phillips, these guys 13-3, one and dones. You know what I mean? Like, are very disappointing when those guys had the number one seed or a bye week. They never did anything with it. They couldn't get past the divisional round and disappointing crap, dude. You know what I mean? So we'll see what the Cowboys do there as far as like the strategy with Dak Prescott. Do you guys think Dak Prescott is going to start in this game? Do you think he's going to play? Let me know in the comments. Should he play? Do you think he'll play? Let me know in the comments what you want to do there. You know what I mean? So for me, if he's good to go, get out there and let's get that W. You know what I mean? $75 million quarterback. And let's keep the momentum going. I think momentum is a very big thing with the Cowboys and the NFL in general. You don't want to lose that momentum. Where you come out, you have a competitive game with Cooper Rush, but you might lose a little bit of that momentum. The following week, we play the Broncos. I feel good about beating the crap out of those guys. So I don't know, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's going to be, Dak Prescott? Should he be out there? Do you want him out there? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat box what your opinion is on that there. All right, guys. Let me know what your opinion is on Dak Prescott. Should he play or should he not? All right. Let's see. Let's get to the next nugget of news. And this is interesting. All right, we're talking about trade offers for the Cowboys. Are we going to make any moves? Is anybody going to hit us up? And evidently, we did get hit up. Okay. And in regards to trading for Connor McGovern, this is from Jeff Kavanaugh. Brian Broaddus tells me and the world that the Cowboys had a trade offer for Connor McGovern and they turned it down. All right. So right here, Jeff Kavanaugh, per Brian Broaddus, the Cowboys insider of insiders, putting it out there. You know what I mean? That they had a trade offer. Now, I think last year there was interest as well. So the league knows that there's something here with Connor McGovern. The Cowboys know this, so they turned it down. Now, the interesting thing would be as far as what was the offer. I think that would be even more intriguing to me. Did somebody offer a second round or a third round or a fourth round? You know what I mean? So either way, Cowboys turned down the trade offers. So, that bodes well for the future of Connor McGovern. You know what I mean? So where does Connor McGovern fit on this roster? Does that transition begin this year? We talked about that in the Frisco report as far as like your best five. Do you start to get a look at Connor McGovern at the center position over Tyler Biadasz, or is the plan still in place for Connor Williams to walk and then you just slide in, Connor McGovern, all right, and then the wild card in this whole deal here with the offensive line to me is still Lyle Collins, right? So we'll talk a little bit about that here, but trade offers, McGovern, we're keeping him. Got some trade offers. They shut it down. It'll be interesting to see, if there's any movement on any of the other guys, okay, talking about Connor Williams, Lyle Collins, I think those two there would be some other ones that maybe you're going to get phone calls on. You know what I mean? To be quite honest. So I want your guys' opinion on where do you think Connor McGovern is going to fit on this roster this year and next year? Next year, I think he's starting for sure somewhere, whether it's center, whether it's guard. You know what I mean? Now, what does that mean for Lyle Collins? Right? Do you guys want Lyle Collins at the left guard, or do you want him to move back at right tackle? All right. Let me know what you guys think about that right there. You know what I mean? Because I think that's still a very interesting conversation to be had. You know what I mean? So um, we did mention Tyron Smith being a little bit questionable, but he's looking good to play. Now, if for whatever reason he gets dinged up during the game, you're probably gonna see, Ty and Seki. They're locked in on Ty and Seki to be the left tackle this year. You know, that's their guy this year. So um, now, if it were me and Ty and Seki's looking crappy, I would take a look at Lyle Collins at left tackle. Lyle Collins prefers the left side of this of the line. You know what I mean? And we have a quote here from him saying exactly that. So let me pull that up here, bros. Let me pull that up here, indeed, because this is very interesting as well. All right, so this is right down here, David Moore. What if the Cowboys determine it makes more sense to move Lyle back to left guard, where Connor Williams has struggled, than to keep him at right tackle? I said this before, and I stick with it. I like Lyle better at left guard. I think he has a more of an opportunity to be a Pro Bowler at a left guard than right tackle. He has not made a Pro Bowl yet. All right, he has not. Okay, there's people out there putting out wrong information about Lyle Collins. Lyle Collins had an opportunity to get his first Pro Bowl in 2020. You know, the offseason and everything, that was the projection that 2020 would be his first Pro Bowl appearance. Obviously, we know what happened there. That didn't happen. So now at left guard, however, I like him as a left guard. I think in this lineup with the offense humming, he would probably get a nomination there, to be honest. Connor Williams, I don't know. He's just struggling, with penalties, still dealing with power. So they asked this of, Lyle Collins. Lyle Collins said, whatever's best for the team, I'm willing to do, Collins said. For me, playing on the left side is a natural thing. All right? It's a natural thing. Appreciate everybody in the chat box. Appreciate everybody that has shown up here in the chat box. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to you guys, man. So yeah, this is great information here. Now I want to go back to the whole Lyle Collins and the left guard, left side of this. All right. And I want to share this with you, okay? Because I went back and looking at the scouting report on Lyle Collins coming out of LSU, per my trusted draft guy, Dane Brugler. All right. So let me pull this up for you guys because I think this is pretty awesome too, man. This kind of goes in line with what we're talking about tonight. So let me pull this up for you guys. Pull it up on the screen, and we can share this out with you guys. All right. So let me see if I can zoom in here. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me see if I can zoom in. Let me see if you guys can see that here. So we're looking at Dane Brugler's 2015 NFL draft guide. I have all his guys. I'm a big supporter of Dane Brugler. I love his work. And you're looking at the scouting report out of from Lyle Collins coming out of LSU. And the summary here, he has enough talent to survive on the edges, projecting as a starting swing tackle at the next level, but might be ideally suited inside at offensive guard, top 25 talent, and long-time NFL starter. So this is Dane Brugler's assessment, during the draft process. Lyle Collins was a high projected player. He had the off-field, questionable deal there. We all remember that. But I just think it's very interesting that Dane Brugler kind of had that, as what he thought Lyle Collins would be better suited as a left guard. You know what I mean? So I'm down with it, bros. I think that he would be better as a left guard. He's a more of a mauler. He likes to be in the scrum there. I like him better there as a guard. He had some highlights during that season between him and Ron O'Leary, and I thought he held up for the most part. Obviously, he dealt with I think he dealt with like a turf toe that season or something like that. So it's something to keep an eye on. I honestly would prefer. I really would prefer to put Lyle Collins at left guard. He's more powerful. He's stronger. He's done it before, and you still have 2 more years on that 3-year extension. So if you're going to let Connor Williams, move on, which I expect the Cowboys to do, I just don't think that they're going to be in the market for re-signing an okay offensive guard. All right, and I don't think they're going to keep him to be a tackle, nothing like that. I think that ship is sailed on that. If they wanted to do that, they would have done it, already with last year with the issue with Lyle last year and this year. If they wanted to take a look at Connor Williams at tackle, they would have done it by now. So that's not. I don't think that's in the cards per se. So uh, let Connor Williams move on. Go ahead and keep Lyle at a pretty reasonable pay rate. You know what I mean? Plus, you are saving some money next year on the because of the suspension. You know what I mean? The Cowboys are no longer on the hook for the injury clause in the contract, so they save a little bit of money there. So to me, it makes a lot more sense to keep Lyle. Go ahead and at some point get him in there. Would it be this game? I don't think it'll be this game. I think he's still getting the knocking the rust off, but you never know. It's going to be very interesting when the game starts to see who is the starting five. All right. Assuming it's going to be Tyron Smith, injury is good. Left guard, that'll be something to watch. And center, you know what I mean? How much work has Connor McGovern gotten at center this week? You know what I mean? Is it 50-50? Is he eating more snaps in practice from Biadish? You know what I mean? So very interesting indeed. So what's going on there with the offensive line? All right, so pretty interesting there, guys. Let's see what you guys are talking about here on the left guard injury. Let's see. Griff 181 Plao at left guard and have injury to turn. He'll slide over. Yeah, I agree with that there. Yeah, I think and he said it himself, right? We just looked at that. He prefers he's more natural on the left side. He had that in college. Left starts, I think 35 starts at left tackle, 13 at guard, and you can do it in the NFL. You know what I mean? So they love that flexibility. Terrence Steele is not a guard, so that's not something that you would really flex him inside. He's to me, Terrence Steele is more of a traditional, one-dimensional tackle, kind of like Doug Free. You know what I mean? You wouldn't want to see like a Doug Free or Terrence Steele at guard. They're more, they're more of a tackle. But Lyle Collins has the frame, has the experience to do both, and at a pretty good level. You know what I mean? Pretty good. So yeah, I like that there, man. The lunatic, appreciate you in the house, bro. 71 sound like the organization talked to him about his self-imposed suspension. Yeah, that's the other thing here. Is part of this not injecting him back in the starting lineup? Is this a little bit of a little bit of a punishment, or is this something that the Cowboys really are, moving forward to the future at tackle? So, that's interesting as well. Appreciate all the comments, man. I love seeing everybody in the comments here. Navon Moses, if we put Connor McGovern at center and Lyle Collins at guard, that's the best five. We would have the 90s. Yes. Yeah, man. I like that. And maybe that's where this is heading, right? This might be the end game for the offensive line. And you've kind of revamped it to be very mauling, very powerful. And honestly, man, I would like to see it in this game because Connor Williams versus Dalvin Tomlinson. He destroyed him when he was with the Giants and Biadish. Dalvin Tomlinson can wreck the game here if he mauls Connor Williams again and mauls Tyler Biadish again. We're gonna have problem running the ball. So now, I feel like if you have Lyle in there, you're not gonna get destroyed like that. You know what I mean? He has punch, he has power, and he's gonna get in the scrum and get busy and he's going to open up lanes. You know what I mean? So I love the idea of taking a look at this at Lyle. If not to start the game, maybe he becomes an adjustment. Maybe at the halftime they say, "Hey, you know what? It's time. Let's roll out the behemoth at left guard," and then in the second half, start putting it to him. So it'll be interesting to see how this shakes out, man. I'm really interested to see how it shapes out, guys. So I like that comment there, Navon Moses. Appreciate you, bro. See what else we got here on this topic here. Yeah, here this is another one here. Mystic Mike Gamer, keep everyone. We need all. And then yeah, that's the other thing too here, right? Like go ahead and maybe you just hold on to these guys because unless you get a sweetheart deal where you really get a really good deal out of a trade or something like whether it's Connor Williams or Lyle or whatever, it's got to be something badass, where you're getting an impact player or impact draft pick. You know what I mean? If you're going for a draft pick, get it from a crappy team. That way, your draft pick is going to be high. All right. I don't want to be trading a player for a draft pick from a team that's in the hunt because you're going to get a crappy pick, and that negates the value. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm with you on that, Mystic Mike. Yeah, let's just keep them and let's just keep rocking and rolling because you're gonna need them. You're gonna need them indeed. Cod Bobby, what's up, Joe? I hope everyone is well, brother. Just a comment. I say we rest Dak. I feel like this is the game where our defense proves itself. So, yeah, and that's going to be part of the equation here as far as the strategy, right? Do you want to just rest him and then just rock it out the rest of the season? You know what I mean? So we'll see. Dak Prescott's a competitor. I know he's going to want to play in there, but like he said, he's not the decision's not really up to him, which I think is kind of crazy because $75 million this year. I think Dak Prescott should have a little bit of an input as far as like, hey, coach, put me in. You know what I mean? To me, Dak Prescott is the X factor in this game. It's going to be a tough game, and we'll talk a little bit more of that here in the next topics. But Dak Prescott is that X factor. Cooper Rush is not somebody that you can depend on to be the final. Okay, here's the final drive. Cooper Rush, let's get this crap done. Like with Dak, that if you have the ball in his hand on the final drive, he can matriculate the ball down the field, get you in field goal range or the scoring drive, right? Cooper Rush doesn't have that X factor. And I just feel like this game might be like that kind of game, you know what I mean? Because the defense is pretty good for these guys. Here we go. Hey, 1980 in the house. Appreciate you guys. Here we go, guys. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you in the chat box, bro. Hit up my boy, Dallas Cowboys fan 1980. One hell of a guy, good friend of the channel and offline as well. Appreciate you, bro. Let's talk about the run defense as far as the next topic, right? So, run defense for the Cowboys. These Vikings, if they looked at the end of the Patriots game, they're gonna look at that and see, hey, this is how they got success in that fourth quarter, running it. Now for me, I think a part of that success was the Cowboys. I think might have got a little bit gassed there. You know what I mean? You saw some hands on the hips. You saw some heavy breathing there. It was a big battle of a game. So Cowboys put it on the line, but they held up. Now I'm not too concerned about it, but Urban is out. He's out. They put him on short term, and you got Tristan Hill. I don't know if he's even going to be activated, but they're working him back into this deal. But right now, I'm a little concerned about that middle of the defense. I'm a little bit concerned because it's just Osa Odigizua and Carlos Watkins. He's been okay, but you're missing an element there. We talked about Gallimore being out longer than what we've been told. Dislocated elbow. There's probably more to that, and he's been gone too damn long for just a dislocation. And that's just the way the Cowboys operate. They don't reveal the full truth on these injuries, and there's something a little bit more there with that. But reports are that he's coming along, right? So, but nothing looks imminent on Gallimore, which kind of sucks because I feel that if you had Gallimore and the Osa in the mix, I would feel a lot better with that speed, that size. You know what I mean? So that rotation will be interesting. There, you'll probably flex in Golston a little bit. He'll probably take some of those, defensive tackle spot because they play him on the outside, and he's getting some snaps on the inside as well. So he did that at Iowa, and he's done it on a couple of occasions here with the Cowboys. So I think you'll see a little bit more potentially of Golston from the middle because Urban is out, and we're a little bit dinged up there. So they're going to test it. Look for the Vikings to test that running game, that run defense early. Dalvin Cook, Madison's dinged up. Now with Cook, if you hit this guy hard enough and a couple times in the game you get physical with him, he might not get up. He's kind of injury prone. Really good explosive running back and really elusive. You know what I mean? He's hard to bring down, hard to tackle. Agility is through the roof, but he's a guy that if you hit him enough times, and we're physical, you know what I mean? This defense is going to want to set the tone. We have the right players here to test that out. We're going to test that guy's durability out. I guarantee you that. Curse is going to look to lay the wood. Our linebackers are going to look to run him down and smash him into the ground. Parsons, LVE, Jabril Cox, Keanu New, all these guys, they're going to be in the mix. They're going to make these guys feel the hits. And that's what I like about this defense. Those tackles go through the turf. You know what I mean? And that's something that has really stood out to me with this defense. It's not finesse anymore. We've had so many years of finesse defense, but not anymore. This defense, when they hit you, it's through the ground. They're trying to hit you through the turf, through the grass, to make you think twice about, running through some of these running lanes. So run defense, definitely something that'll be tested. As far as the passing game, you know what I mean? I think that I'm not too worried about that. If you can rattle Cousins, which I think we're going to do that, I think we have a good mix there against their offensive line. Their offensive line does not really scare me by any means. I think they're good enough, but they don't really have anybody that's like a true mauler. I like the center, Bradbury, but outside of that, their exterior tackles, they're beatable. So look for a good game from Randy Gregory. Rattle Kirk Cousins, and you're going to get some interceptions. I know that our boy Trevon Diggs could get some more here. You know what I mean? He's just a ball hawk. He reads the quarterback really well, and he knows the routes. A really good route runner, shadowing the receiver. He's got that background. Remember, coming out of Alabama, he's got that pedigree of a converted receiver to cornerback, and working in the offseason with his brother Stephon Diggs. I mean, you see the progression from year 1 to 2. So that's going to be challenging. I think you use Trayvon Diggs on Jefferson, just blanket him out because Jefferson is their most explosive player on offense. Adam Thielen, I think you can cover him with a combination. If you want to do cover 2 with that, put a safety over with Anthony Brown. I think you can shut that down there, or at least limit the big splash plays. You know what I mean? And that's what we need to do here. Limit those big splash plays, get in his face, and I think we're going to be good on defense. Like I said, the big X factor is going to be whether or not Prescott plays in this game. For me. What do you guys think about the run defense, bros? Let's see what we got here. The Lunatic, Urban on 3-week IR, and he has played 40% of snaps. Taking double teams every snap. That needs to be replaced exactly. So that's where they're going to lose a little bit of that, right? So we're going to count on some rotational guys. Like I said, Golston, I think was going to get a little bit more snaps in there as well. So yeah, man, that Urban loss is not something to sneeze at. I like this. Indeed. Buddy Johnson, good to see you in the house, bro. The Vikings are 30th in run defense. I love it. All right, because they're going to want to test us with the run defense. We're going to test them, right? So they're 30th in run defense. Look for Zeke to feast. Look for Tony Pollard to burn them on the exterior, on the perimeter, and open it up. You know what I mean? So even if it is Cooper Rush, I think this game will be very competitive. I wouldn't just say, "Oh, Cooper Rush is playing, we're going to lose." Like, you have a lot of weapons here, and if you can give Cooper Rush good protection, he can dissect that field. Now, the only thing I don't like about Cooper Rush is he holds on to the ball too long, right? So that being said, You might see some 12 personnel if they're getting to him, rattling him or whatever. You might see an extra back in the backfield. Zeke, hopefully he's not going to be used as a blocker. But I think we're going to test them out, man. I think it's going to be a good test. So we'll see what they do. It's going to be contingent on Connor Williams and Bianish. Are they able to hold the line? You know what I mean? Great comment there, buddy Johnson. Appreciate you in the chat box. Appreciate you, bro. Let's see what we got here, bros. The Lunatic. If Tristan Hill is active, thus his last shot at showing something, otherwise he's gone. Yeah, I think he's definitely on the last hurrah. You know what I mean? Because we've had him here for a while. He hasn't turned into anything yet. This is another coaching staff, but McCarthy has said some promising things about him. Said that he's an explosive player, and these sorts of things. So he'll get the opportunity for sure. So we'll see if he's active or if he's a healthy scratch. We don't know if they're gonna bring him along quite right now, but that'll be something to watch with the inactives for this game. All right. As far as predictions, guys, a couple of good ones here, a couple of nuggets here to cover with you guys as far as the game. So it is on the road. It is Sunday night, Halloween night, and this is interesting here. The officials for this team, I like to break down the referee crew, right? We got burnt by Brad Allen's crew. I will always remember his crew. Screw that guy. All right. That Brad Allen crew can get the middle finger. Now, for this game, we're drawing Scott Novak's crew. Okay. And let me break down some of the things to watch for Scott Novak. Okay. A majority of Scott Novak's calls are on the offensive line. False starts, offensive holding. All right. And they always usually are going for the away team. So on us. So look for that crap. If you see it in the game, you heard it here first. That's what this crew likes to do. False starts, offensive holding, and they lean more towards against the away team, which would be us. All right. Third here, defensive PI. Yeah, that's you're going to see some calls on that. Defensive pass interference. So we might see some BS calls from this crew here. So watch out for that. Again, they favor against the away team. So for us, not good. So false starts, holding, defensive pass interference, they go against the away team. So those are the top four calls: holding, pass interference, offensive holding, and false starts. So let's hope that we tighten it up, because the last game we had way too many penalties. This crew right here that I'm talking about, they're gonna be right on it. They're gonna be on our ass again with false starts, holding, pass interference. So let's hope that these guys, can play a clean game, because this ref crew might be a pain in the ass. Just to let you know, okay? So Scott Novak is the crew. It is NBC, so we get Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth. It'll be a good announcement team there. But that ref crew is going to be a little bit BS, I have a feeling. So keep an eye on the referees again. All right. But as far as a prediction, guys, I think the Cowboys are going to take this game. If Dak Prescott plays this game, we win it. I'm not even second guessing that. You know what I mean? But I think it'll be a competitive game. Dak Prescott, I think we go 34, Vikings 23, somewhere like that. I think it'll be competitive to the first half, like it always is, and then they really take it to the next level at the second half. I love what the Cowboys have done in the second half with this new defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn, and Kellen Moore and the rest of these guys. Now, if we get Cooper Rush, that's a different story. I think the game becomes a lot closer. It might come down to the peg leg, or whatever the hell we call this guy lately, Zerline. I don't want it to come down to a field goal. I still don't trust that guy. I hate when he's out there kicking field goals. I'm always holding my breath. You know what I mean? So if Dak is in here, 34-23. Cooper Rush, 26-23. Because I think he'll be able to move the ball. I think he will. I think that Cooper Rush is not a death blow to the Cowboys. They'll be able to move the ball down. He has if you watched him in the preseason, he had some rapport with Dalton Schultz and tight ends. So the escape valves, those are going to be key in this game. I think your tight ends are going to have a good game in this one. Schultz, Jarwin, and how do you stop the receivers? You know what I mean? I feel like they're going to try to blitz the crap out of us. I don't know. Zimmer is he's pretty good defensive coordinator. He's not the defensive coordinator, but he's a defensive coach. So look for them to throw the kitchen sink at whoever's the quarterback. But they're going to be playing with fire because we have a lot of weaponry. Will CeeDee Lamb have another repeat game and totally destroy these guys? He had a hell of a game last year when we played them. All right, so CeeDee Lamb, could he eat their lunch again? I think that he's going to have a good game. Their cornerbacks, not all that. You got one that's a little bit older. Their safeties, I think they're okay. Harrison Smith, he's still really good out there. But they do have Xavier Woods. Let's go after him. Let's tear him up because we know what Xavier Woods is capable of, and I think we're going to exploit him. All right, so try to cover Tony Pollard. Try to cover, our receivers, Cedric, CD. We'll see if we get Michael Gallup in the game, guys. You think we're going to get Michael Gallup in here? Michael Gallup. Do you think Dak Prescott plays Sunday? I hope he does, man. I really do, because I want to keep winning. I want to keep the momentum going, and I think he's good enough. He's been practicing pretty well from all the reports that we're seeing. So yeah, I hope he does play, but I think it's going to come down to whether or not the front office, is going to want to let it happen. Let's see what else we got here, guys. The Lunatic. And Dak will play and be MVP of the game. Vegas just messing with people to get their money. Could be. You never know. Vegas, they want to get their action, right? Now that they have that relationship with the NFL, they want to get a part of that action. They want to get involved in the hype, right? So we'll see, man. I think the Cowboys already know. I really don't think it's going to be a game time decision for the fans, but from the coaches and front office, I think they already know who they're going to go with. They're just not revealing the cards yet. I think they already know. But for the fans, it will be a game time decision for us as far as who do they roll out there? All right. Big country in the house. I hope Tristan Hill shows out. Hopefully he'll get some action. Let's see what else we got here, guys. Appreciate everybody joining us here for the Friday Night Football Frenzy. It's good to be back here on Friday night with you guys. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody out there. Make sure you guys pound that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Show some love here to your boy. Yeah, man. BS calls against Dallas. We should be used for that. Yeah, it's what it is, right? But we just been getting some of these notorious crews, man, that are just on it. And then this crew, like I said, when I broke down the numbers, they're gonna be one of those crews. All right, so we gotta be careful with that. We've been getting too many penalties that's been stopping our momentum. And it's almost like they want to keep the other team somewhat, competitive, because we're just beating the crap out of everybody, really. I mean, we're lighting up a lot of these people. We're lighting it up. Gallup trending towards yes, he will play Halloween night. Hopefully, man. I would like to see Gallup in here. Deep threat. The toe drag. He's the best there is at that. I would say he's the best at doing the toe drag. He knows where the first down marker's at. He's there, and he moves the chains. That's what I like about Michael Gallup. And yards after the catch, physical after the catch. He's going to try to run over some guys. So we'll see how many snaps he gets if he plays. I don't think it'll be much. I want to get him in there involved. I think it might be a good rotation between him and Cedric. But it's going to be good to have him back in the lineup nevertheless. So looking forward to it, man. Appreciate everybody tonight, man. Great topics tonight. Great discussion in the chat box. Appreciate all you guys. And that's going to be it for tonight's show, Football Friday Night Frenzy, man. I love it. Thanks to all you guys. Make sure you guys pound that like button. And I'll see you after the game Sunday night, man. Halloween trick or treat. Let's hope we get treats. Let's get that win, man. Let's take this thing to 6-1. Beat the crap out of the Broncos. Let's just keep on rolling, baby. All right. Peace out, everybody.